There is backstage frustration over recent Raw creative. Plus, a title match has been added to this Friday's SmackDown, and an absent AEW star is returning at WrestleDream. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We had our first 2-hour Raw in many years on Monday, and it was a breeze to watch, and it might not have been as easy behind the scenes. One of the matches that caused some frustration internally was the 10-woman tag, which was Lyra Valkyria, Natalya, Zelina Vega, Kagan Carter, and Katana Chance versus Pure Fusion Collective and the Unholy Union.
Yes, this report comes courtesy of Fightful Select, who say that they were told there were some growing pains with the switch back to 2 hours, but that formatting Raw wasn't difficult as the company has been running 2-hour SmackDowns for the last 25 years. There was some frustration internally with the booking of the women's match, the perceived lack of direction for the talent involved, and a commercial taking up much of the runtime. That's from Fightful Select there. Yeah, a lot of women in that match. Not a lot of spotlight though.
Yeah, it didn't really. It felt like you were doing something to give a lot of spotlight, but instead you kind of took a lot of it away from it. And it's kind of knowing where these feuds are going. The Unholy Union, the Pure Fusion Collective are two fairly strong factions on Raw, but it's a case of having some meaningful story other than just going to beat up the same 3 people.
Yeah, and when we criticize this sort of thing for happening on, like, for example, AEW Collision, you've got to criticise when it happens on Raw as well. That's
exactly.
only fair. It's only fair, everyone. No, I can totally understand why there'd be some concern backstage, especially with not only Raw being shortened to 2 hours, but pay-per-views now seeming to be only sort of 5 matches long. There's less chances for... It kind of shrinks the featured members of the roster a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it means that you're going to have less opportunity to shine. I mean, obviously, as a consumer, a 2-hour Raw is bliss. But obviously, if you're on that roster and you know they're, as Jack said already, shorter premium live events, you lose an hour of potential ring time. Heaven forfend we have to start watching main event, storyline development. Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Some storyline development last night on NXT as it pertains to SmackDown, though.
Yes, following a confrontation with the Metaphors Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson on last night's NXT, a tag title defense for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill has been booked for this Friday's SmackDown. This comes after Belair and Cargill teamed with Kalani Jordan in a trios match against Fatal Influence on last night's NXT. That was the second of like NXT's big new 2-parter on the CW net, like their launch fortnight on the CW. So yeah, I like that, you know, we're getting matches booked on the main roster now from things that have happened in NXT. Often it happens the other way around, where someone will have a confrontation on Raw, SmackDown, and we'll see an NXT superstar in the crowd, and that'll lead to something on NXT. But I like this being the other way around. It makes the third brand feel on a similar level to the main roster.
It makes the third brand feel as important as that one. We're sending our best wishes to Taz today. Now, Taz was written off AEW. He was attacked in the parking lot, we understand, by an unknown assailant. This was to write him off TV whilst he goes to get full knee replacement surgery. And it's all gone well. He shared a selfie in his hotel room with the caption, "Look on my face when I requested room 13 and they missed it by 5. Surgery went well. Now the work begins."
Don't a lot of hotels not have a room 13?
It's true. And a lot of them don't have a floor
13. Yeah, that's the one.
It's just because it's a sinister number. Before going under knife, he was written off TV, and I feel like Hook is going to spend some weeks now looking for who beat up his dirter.
Hey, it's a storyline. I don't mind it. That's pretty good. Don't mind it at all.
I reckon it was Christian Cage.
That would make a lot of sense. Oh, God, I hope not.
He doesn't like dads, does he?
No.
Here's the thing. I'm Christian Cage, and I don't like dads.
I hate dads.
I hate dads, me. So best wishes to Taz.
Yes.
Full and speedy recovery, sir. I'm sure you can watch multiple episodes of Botchamania in your downtime to keep you entertained.
Don't do that.
Oh, Taz, you should watch Botchamania, Matthew. I love them. Now, WrestleDream is this Saturday. We've got 9 pitches for WrestleDream coming up on the channel later on today.
Yes.
It's what we want to happen.
It is.
Predictions for WrestleDream with Sam and Ross. We have live reactions with Sam and Ross to every bit of the pay-per-view. What happened at with yourself, and WTF moments on patreon.com/Cultaholic with Ross. Now, in amongst all the stuff happening at WrestleDream, we'll run down the card in a second, but we're getting a comeback as well.
Swerve Strickland is coming back on
I liked your
Saturday.
little version.
My little bit I had to do it quickly and then jump in with that. Swerve's coming back on Saturday. This was announced via vignette on last night's Dynamite Tuesday, titled Tuesday Special Tuesday edition. And he will make his first AEW appearance since that brutal steel cage loss to Hangman Page at All Out. In his absence, Prince Nana and MVP have had a bit of verbal altercations, with MVP seeming to kind of nudge Nana out of the way. So it's kind of your fault that Swerve isn't on the level he should be. He's great, but he should be even better. And he's blaming Nana on that. Is MVP trying to muscle his way in there?
Do you know what? The more I think about it, and there might be a bit of subterfuge here, because I wonder whether on the pay-per-view, and if you want to steal this for 9 pitches, if you haven't been my guest, you have MVP come out with Shelton Benjamin, and they bring out Prince Nana and Swerve. And MVP say, like, I'm here to announce the signing of the greatest athlete of a generation to join us. Is going to be a part of our group. And Swerve's like, nah, I ain't leaving Nana. And then MVP goes, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about him. And here comes Bobby Lashley to spear Swerve's boots off.
I'm not going to steal that for pitches because I've already written mine. But I would, if I was looking for one, I would do, because not only is that what I kind of want to happen, but it's what I think will happen as well.
What we want to happen.
I think
that should be a catchphrase in pitches.
It should be. I'll note that down.
Write that down.
I think you've nailed it. I think that will happen, because they've announced Swerve, but he's not in a match, which would imply a big non-wrestling segment, and that usually implies a big debut. And I think you might be right there. You might hit the nail on the head.
It has been confirmed by Fightful that Bobby Lashley is on the books and yet to make an appearance. It could be at WrestleDream. Let's take a look at that card for WrestleDream. 0 hours going to bring us an ROH men's television title match between Atlantis Jr. and Brian Cage. I feel like Cage should win that.
I feel like he should, but won't win that. Also, on the main show now, the Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe will defend against Chris Jericho after heinous comments made by Jericho on TV.
The AEW World Tag titles on the line. Private Party challenging the Young Bucks.
TNT Champion Jack Perry will defend his belt against Katsuyori Shibata.
Wrestling personified, an AEW international title match. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Takeshita. Yes, please.
Darby Allin looks to bounce back after a couple of big losses recently. One at Wembley, one to Moxley. Of course, lost his title shot. He takes on Brody King in singles action.
Hangman Page is taking on Jay White. These two, Jay White returned the other week, and he's been a thorn in the side of Page. So there we go. We're going to get these two having a big old fight.
We get the return of Swerve Strickland, as mentioned, and also the AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May defending against Willow Nightingale. We talked a bit about the background to this match on News Video 1, which should already be up on the channel now.
And is the sun going to set on Bryan Danielson's AEW World title reign? He's facing Jon Moxley in the main. Is this it?
Yeah.
You think this is it?
Yep.
Oh,
It's so.
Don't like it, but I have to go along with it.
It's so soon in in Moxley's big new heel form. I don't think they'd have him lose right now, and it takes place in Tacoma, Washington, which Washington being Brian's home state. I think this could be the end of his regular full-time career, but we'll have to wait and see.
We will see. There was a match added to the card, but you won't know about it till Rampage. But they take Rampage last night, so if you don't want it spoiled for you, then this is the part where we say stay safe and love you. Bye. Good, you're here. We're getting a big old tag match.
We are, and this comes courtesy of PW Insider, who reported on what happened at Rampage, and they said the Acclaimed came out, but they were attacked from behind by... Now, how do you pronounce these boys?
MXM Collective.
MXM Collective, or MXM Collective. Mason Mansoor. And they laid them out. They laid out the Acclaimed. Mansoor declared that they will beat them tomorrow, because this is recorded on the Friday, at the pay-per-view, recorded for Friday, so they'll beat them at WrestleDream and take their spot. They said they were going to have a special surprise in their corner that will make sure they kill scissoring forever. Good promo from Mansoor, says PW Insider, and so it's going to be the Acclaimed versus the MXM Collection at WrestleDream. Who's going to be their mystery surprise in their corner?
I think I said collective earlier. I did say, let's say collection.
They're similar words.
Right. You know what? Oh my God. Kill scissoring forever. Right.
The Rock.
Rock.
The Rock.
It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
Because
We've
Rock
done it,
takes
yeah.
scissors. It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
Yeah,
Well done.
it's
Congratulations.
We've done it.
It's The Rock. We've done it. Thank
Great
you.
news video.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Wrestling wins, everybody. Wrestling wins. It's going to be The Rock. The Rock turning up at WrestleDream. Confirmed by Cultaholic in an exclusive. The Rock will turn up at WrestleDream.
Max Caster, Anthony Bowden, shut your mouth.
What a day that will be when that definitely happens.
Yeah.
9 pitches, predictions, live reactions, what happened. Thank you so much. We've had an incredible sign up on our Patreon ever since we rebooted and re-energized and redesigned and rebuilt the tiers. We were in tears when we saw how many people had joined us. So we thank you because you doing that allows Ross to make WTF moments the way that God intended. Longer, louder, badder, and swearier.
And I might be debuting a series shortly on Patreon, not instantly, but maybe in the next couple of months, which is the kind of the return of an old favourite, but in monthly format, not weekly.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet again.
Possibly so, but that's not straight away. That'll be in, I think, a month or two's time.
Well, we thank you so much for supporting us. Obviously, on there as well, you get the video versions of all the classic review podcasts that we do, and all the video versions of Desert Island Graps. You also now ad-free audio versions of those shows as well, coming this week as well. You can vote in the Hall of Fame, and there's loads of other extra bits and pieces and extra perks as well. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. Thank you so much if you've already signed up, if you're in a position to do so, obviously, but thank you so much for all your support at all the time. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out our brand new website and take part in some brilliant quizzes at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.